Hey guys, welcome back to another Access 72 video, and in today's video I'm back with another entry and I'm here with Louis Smithson. Louis, how are we doing, mate?
All good, thank you, mate. Yourself?
I'm doing very well. It's a pleasure to have you back on the channel, and am I right in saying you're a 27-year-old super bantamweight who's 0-1?
Yes, mate.
Yes, brilliant. Okay, so when we have people back on the channel, I always like to start off with the kind of general question, and that is, how are we doing, mate? How are we doing in general?
Yeah, all good as you can see. Just,
Cheers.
not in England at the minute, to say the least. But yeah, no, we're just enjoying a bit of time, letting my body just recuperate. I've had a long 6 months of training, cancelled fights, and then the fight itself. So yeah, just having a bit of me time, just chilling out and relaxing.
Yeah, of course, that's the most important part. And so, for yourself, since the last time we've spoke, there's been a few changes. Of course, you've had your debut. Just before that, though, like you've mentioned, you kind of had a little bit of annoyances, I suppose, in getting the fight in general. And how kind of frustrating was it to get your debut actually over the line?
Yeah, like I said, I've been training like for a fight, sort of literally from January,
Mm.
and then yeah, I think I had three cancellations in total. But we just wanted to get the debut done, and there's no like regrets or anything like that, and there's no excuses for the outcome of the fight. It just was what it was. I was training hard, but yeah, it was annoying to have the fights cancelled and make him wait, and then it cancelled, push it back, ticking over again. But I mean, we got it there in the end, but it wasn't the outcome we wanted. But we know why, and that's it.
Of course. And so, kind of just before the fight, in the lead up to the fight, when you're kind of in the dressing room waiting to go out, especially for your debut, were you feeling many nerves or anything in that kind of way?
It was sort of a mixture. You always get nervous. If you don't get nervous, then you've got something wrong with you, I think. But it was sort of excitement as well because I'd waited so long. All the cancellations, the build up, was everything that had happened. I was happy to be there. And I was the first fight of the night as well. So that sort of is like, well, you don't get to see like the sort of buzz. You're just literally in, warm up, straight out.
Yeah.
But no, I'm fighting at York Hall. It was a big thing in itself. It's like I said before, it's like the mecca of British boxing.
Yeah.
Every great British fighter has fought there. So it was exciting. And still now it's a great experience for me. Happy to have got it done still. But yeah, there was definitely nerves. Everyone gets nervous. You need them. It gives you that extra little percent as well. So
Yeah, definitely. And so, I mean, obviously it wasn't your night on the night, but it wasn't exactly, in my opinion, a bad performance. I think you definitely showed good signs, good ability, and in your opinion, what was the kind of reason why things didn't go your way?
Um, look, there's no excuses for it. At the end of the day, he took advantage of how I performed, and fair play to my opponent. Yeah, he done what he had to do, and I basically gave it to him on a plate. But yeah, like the first round was all me. I don't think he barely touched me, and I was just hitting him sort of at will. But getting up after the first round, it was like just all the camps, all that build up, just sort of got to my body, and I literally had nothing. Which we said there might have been an element of like overtrained, but then again, like I said, there's just no excuses. It is what it is. It's the fight game. Boxing is a tough sport, and if you slip up slightly against anyone, you can get caught out, and that's just what happened. He took advantage of how I performed, and that was it. But we know we've got to work on. It's literally as soon as I'm back. I've been training out here. There's a gym in our hotel. I've been getting good runs in, sprint sessions, etc. So I'm going to go back with a nice sort of like base, and then get straight back into sparring and do like, I think it's like just over 6 weeks. So a nice little shorter, compact camp, but proper hard work, and then show what I'm really capable of, and that'll be that.
Most definitely. And so for a lot of fighters, they look at a loss more like a lesson, and they, especially early on, sometimes it's not the worst thing to have a defeat, especially you'd rather it be early on than be late on, of course. And so what is your mindset, and how has it kind of changed from what it was before you had that defeat?
I've always sort of been like, take things as they come. Yeah, like I said, I sat down with my team and we just said, imagine if the loss had happened, 7, 8 fights down the line
Yeah,
when you could be looking at sort of like Southern area titles and stuff. And that would set you back more than now when you can learn from it now and just never let it happen again. And that's my mindset is I'm happy I've learned from it. I'm happy it's happened early doors. And I can just, I've learned from it and it'll just make sure it can never ever happen again. But yeah, my team and I are confident. We know what happened and we're going to work. It's not even major things that need changing. It's just the way the camp was maybe formulated. Like I said, the 6 months of just chopping and changing. So a couple of little tweaks, but then I think next time out we're going to show what I can really do and what I'm really am about.
of course, good to hear. And so, for your kind of development, I suppose, is, I don't think that's the right word. Lots of fighters don't always stick at the same kind of weight category throughout their fighting career. They can often go up, some even go down. But what would you say is this going to be the weight you're going to be sticking at for the moment, or do you think possibly moving up soon?
Yeah, no, we're going to go back in with super bantamweight. Like I said, my body was sort of, I think, was in sort of shock
Mm.
last time where I made weight twice before, like day before pullouts and stuff. So I think my body was just a bit like, what's going on?
Mm.
But I still made the weight pretty comfortably anyway. So I think this will be the weight. We're just going to have a nice 6 weeks of diet, etc. But I didn't kill myself to make that weight. So I'm going to be happy here. Um, get the rankings up in the super bantamweight and then see, because I think I could even go down to bantamweight if I wanted to, but super bantamweight I felt good, I felt strong. In that fight I was never hurt or anything like that. So yeah, and going back to saying about the loss, I don't think a loss. I think a lot of people get too caught up in keeping their O and not taking fights and padding the records and stuff, and I'm really not about that. I'd rather take fights that people remember, and risk it all than not take them and just be like, oh well, I retired however many, I
Yeah,
don't believe in that. I believe in taking the best fights and taking risks and just getting in there and doing it, and whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's only a fight. It's not the end of the world. I think people get too caught up on that. So I got over it pretty quickly. It was sore for a couple of days, but I got over it pretty quickly and just thought, I'm better than that. My team know I'm better than that, and let's prove it now.
yeah, definitely. That's a great mindset and definitely a necessary mindset. And of course, like we've mentioned, you've got a new fight date, September 16th. And so, what are you kind of wanting to prove with this fight?
Just want to show exactly the skills. Like, even in that first round, I believe I was only about 40% of me anyway. And like I said, I was sort of hitting him at will, and he barely touched me. So I'm definitely going to be able to make a statement and just show every aspect of what I can do. The movement, the boxing skills, putting punches together, making sure I'm not getting. I want to come out with literally unscathed, and that's what I believe that I'm going to show. It's another 4 rounder as well, so short, sharp, get in there, show what I'm about, and then look to have another one before the end of the year, hopefully as well. But we're taking each fight as it comes, not overlooking anything. Get a good win under the belt.
Yes, indeed. And a lot of people kind of speak around with four round fights that it's quite difficult to win them because, I mean, say you lose one round, then it's then difficult to win 3 rounds in a row. And so, would you say that you're kind of more settled in to maybe being that 6 round or maybe 8 round kind of fighter?
Yeah, I definitely think I am. Like I spar 6 to 8 rounds when we're sparring, and that it sort of shows in that. 4 rounds, like you say, if you lose round one, you're playing catch up for the
Mm.
rest. I won the first round of the last fight, but then it slipped away from me. Um, but yeah, like I said, yeah, four rounds. If you're sort of slacking at the beginning, it's over like that.
Yeah.
It can feel like it's a long time when you're in there, but all of a sudden it's the last bell, and you're like, did I do enough? Did I not? But yeah, this and a big thing for me to change is I've I've realised that I've got the spike back. In the last one, it was sort of taking it like a spar a bit. I sparred a lot, and I was sort of taking that as a spar. But now it's even in sparring now. It's going to be spite and vicious, and that's what it needs to be. And that is the boxing game at the end of the day. It has to be like that. It's because it's you or them, and that's a big thing that has been on my mind. Just making sure that even in spars, I'm winning every single minute of every single round. So that was another good thing, that it sort of kicked me up the arse and lit a fire in my belly for that. So I've learned that out of the loss as well.
Amazing, and you're on a very big, very good card, and it's seemingly the first of, I believe, 4 Platinum Punch promotions, and it's something which is starting up to be looking like quite a big thing and a big promotion to be around. And so for yourself, how excited are you to be working with them?
Yeah, Prince Patel and Tony Barnes, they're often down the gym, my gym, so I'm actually going to get some sparring in with Prince Patel when I'm back, which will be very beneficial. Very experienced. But yeah, both of those guys have got huge followings, so it'd be good to be on the card with them. And there's other great fighters on there I've seen. So yeah, just I'm happy to. The first card on was a great card, so the second one as well. So I'm very lucky, very very grateful to be a part of these shows. And it's literally 15 minutes away from my house, 20 minutes away from my house. So it's going to be nice to get a good group of people up there. And yeah, I have a nice second fight and on a great card.
Indeed, and so for yourself at the moment, of course, you're probably going to want activity, and you're wanting to kickstart a winner for this next fight. And so maybe in a year's time, where would you like to see yourself?
Like I said, I'll take any fight as it comes. See what happens. I'm taking each fight one fight at a time. But I've still got big dreams. This loss has not made me think, like, I should stop. Like the days after, you're thinking, shouldn't have lost that, shouldn't have lost it, but it happened. These things happen. It's the fight game. I've still got big dreams, big aspirations. Me and my team still believe get a couple of fights in the rest of this year, and then next year a good 5 fights, and then you're sort of knocking on the door for the Southern area, or in this weight division it could be Southern area, English. Anything can happen within like 7 fights. So at the end of next year, I want to have at least 7 fights and be knocking on the door for some titles, and keep pushing, because like I said, this division is wide open, and domestically up to British title level, it does not take long to get there. So see what happens, but that is the aim. It's still big goals.
Most definitely.
As it should be.
As it should be indeed. And so I'll leave with this final question, which of course I always like to ask, and that is, you've got a little bit of a platform, would you like to shout anything out?
Just to all my team, Charles, Oliver, Joe, all my sparring partners, everyone down at Camberley Boxing, sponsors, they know they're tradies, Profit Improvement Company. There's many people that are involved that help me. But yeah, like I said, my trainer and manager, Charles, literally as soon as I finished, he was like, "Get back to it. We know what you're capable of, and let's get back. Let's get that win." So, and he got me the fight straight away. Literally, my first day back in the gym after I went away straight after my first day back in the gym. He booked the fight for me, and that's what I wanted. And so I can't thank him enough. Can't thank the other guys enough. And I look forward to keep going with them, and I think I'll always be with them. I don't believe in people. Some people take a loss and they're like, "I need to switch gyms. I need to do this. I need to do that." And that's not me. I'm going to stay with the same team the whole way through, if I can, which I believe I will keep them the whole way through. Loyalty within the team is a big thing for me, and the bonds you make with them over the time as well, like being through the losses, being through the wins. That's what makes it special. So yeah, just all those guys. Shout out to all of them.
Most definitely. That's amazing, mate. Thank you very much again. I'm sure we'll end up catching it up again soon, and best of luck with your upcoming fight, and thank you very much again. And so if you're on your around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you like the video, and thanks for